Yo, this is super sad. But if you guys remember the story about Kyren Lacy, the kid was an animal. He was an amazing talent coming out of LSU. Once in a generation talent in that family. It was amazing to see at first while he was turning up at LSU. And if you're a fan of LSU, I'm sure you was paying attention to his game, and he was somebody that you thought could make it to the league. We were sure he was gonna make it to the league. He's one of those players that you think of how he's gonna do, not if he's gonna make it.
Was innocent. Kyren Lacy should be here with us. Guys, Kyren Lacy was supposed to be in the NFL. Kyren Lacy was accused of something and being investigated for something that he didn't do, and he died having to live with the guilt and the consequences of a guilty man knowing he was innocent. It recently was discovered that he was 72 yards away from the crash, that police and state policemen tried to coerce and doctor and use ways to manipulate statements that put this young man behind bars. They changed his joy, they changed his life, and eventually he took his own life. Kyren Lacy was innocent. Kyren Lacy should be here with us. There were so many stations that ran the fact that he was being investigated, so I wanted to make sure here with Scott, we could say that he was an innocent man and at least know that he has that.
How would he do in the league? Would he be a top draft pick? Would he be later in the draft? But we think he's going to get drafted for sure. To then see him get tied to something so controversial and just insane and super sad. Rest in peace to the people that lost their life that day. But remember, he was driving a green Charger. Allegedly, he caused an accident that caused the life of another driver. And due to, we don't understand it, we don't know for sure, I don't want to say nothing like I know, but we don't know if it was the guilt that he felt. We don't know if it was just all the shit crashing down on him and he probably felt like everything he worked for in his life was for nothing. And I don't want to put words on what he was thinking that day, but he took his life. He took his life when people were saying that he caused the accident that took the life of another driver. And he took his own life. Rest in peace to Kyren Lacy. It's crazy because now we see, with so much time that's passed, his attorney and everyone come out and say he wasn't at fault for the crash. And we've seen more footage now. We're also seeing a lot more footage now. And this footage here, to me, personally, because there's still people saying, nah, you can see that he caused it. I don't understand how. You see that the accident happens before he even comes to the intersection. He kind of goes around it and he did not stop. Why would he have stopped? Should he have stopped as a witness? Maybe morality, maybe morally, hey, he should have stopped. You know, he could have helped somebody out. Or not only that, he could explain what happened since he was so close to the altercation.
According to the video timestamp, at 12:03 p.m. and 54 seconds, a portion of the crash can be seen as it occurs. Moments before the crash, the gold pickup truck abruptly veers out of the northbound lane into a business, while the green Charger is approaching in the same lane. Immediately after the crash occurred, the green Charger was observed on surveillance video and by witnesses traveling through the crash scene and continues north on LA 20, failing to stop.
But he wasn't forced to stop. It's not like he had anything to do with it. To me, he still looked very innocent when I watched the footage over and over and over. And watching the body cam from that day as well was kind of disgusting today, because a lot of people say that the officer was persuading the witness to say that the green Charger caused it. What do you guys think? Do you think the cop kind of persuade to get the person to say the story the way that, you know, would have made Lacy look bad?
Just right here, if you could, I'll just have you write exactly what you saw. Just make sure to include, you know, where you were.
I don't even know what the name of that highway.
It's Highway 20. Highway 20. You know, that you just...
All right, me and my wife gonna figure out right quick.
Okay, just make sure you add in there that you had to slam on your brakes, and the brakes, like, you know, you had to slam on the brakes to avoid that Charger, and the brakes locked up to avoid that Charger. That's...
I ain't scared my car, but I wasn't even gone, man. That lady in the back of me, she didn't saw what was happening. That's how she called that wreck. She was running in the back of me. She pulled on the other side, and that's not in it.
So, but the charger was coming right at you, correct? And that's why you had to slam on your brake, the head on with you. So yeah, just make sure you include that in. That's very important because we're trying to locate this charger right now. So just include that in the statement, and I'll read it over, and then I'll be out of here.
In that video, you can clearly hear the suggestive nature indicating that I need you to say that you had to slam on your brakes and you had to avoid a charger.
Okay, just make sure you add in there that you had to slam on your brakes and the brakes, like, you know, you had to slam on the brakes to avoid that charger and the brakes locked up to avoid that charger. That's.
But then you hear Gold Truck, the witness who's the Gold Truck, what he says. And he says verbatim.
I ain't skid mark or nothing, but I wasn't even going, man. That lady in the back of me, she didn't saw what happened. That's how she caused that wreck. She was running in the back of me, she pulled on the other side, and that's not in it.
I didn't skid marked or nothing because I wasn't even going that fast. That lady in the back of me, she didn't see what's happening. That's how she caused that wreck. She was going to run into the back of me, and she pulled into the other side.
In the cop's defense, I also saw a dude that was on the block like, yo, did y'all see that green Charger where it went? He caused this accident. He went right in between them, and they had no choice but to hit each other. I'm not going to lie. That right there also was the perception that someone else heard and told the officer.
Turn and then she had no head on.
Did you see a green Charger flying that way? A green Charger that going that way?
There was a green Charger. That's a green Charger that caused all this.
SRT8, he caused all that. He went to pass the cars way back there, sir.
The green Charger collided with these cars?
He went right between.
He went around
right
that
between.
truck, okay? He was passing up with her right now, and she had no choice. She hits the pole, she hits this.
How are the injuries? What
She
are they?
got a broken ankle.
And
two are complaining of back injuries and then stuff like that.
But as a law-abiding citizen, should you persuade or should you kind of talk someone in or just, no, I can't help you? Exactly what you saw, you should tell me and write it down and have no output so you don't mess with their head. Their anxiety is going crazy. Their head's all over the place. Somebody's hurt. Now they got to write a police story. Like, it's just a lot going on. And I feel like if you give anybody any nuggets or any leeway.
What you'll see is in the top left of the screen, you're going to see multiple cars just making their way south to Thibodaux, coming from Vacherie. At some point in time, you're going to see the collision, which we're going to know is vehicle number 2 from oncoming traffic colliding with the vehicle of Mr. Hall. You will see another vehicle come to a stop, and then you'll see Kyren Lacy come to a stop.
So as we've seen the video, it looks like the impact happens, and then Kyren Lacy is behind him. How far away was he from there?
Well, yeah, that's the beauty of the investigative report that I now have my hands on. We know from data that Kyren Lacy did, in fact, pass 4 cars. There's no disputing that. Further north, Kyren Lacy passed 4 cars. However, he was back in his lane of travel, 92.3 yards. Back in his... Now, so what you'll see is a lane behind Mr. Hall. At the time of impact, he's 72.6 yards behind the vehicles at the time of impact. Keyword, behind the vehicles. That is not how this story was ever painted. Never.
Any part of the district attorney's investigation that talked about Mr. Lacy getting back, I guess we call it, what do you call it, correcting or getting in your proper lane?
Sure, he was back in his proper lane according to their data. This isn't my expert. This is the investigation of the Lafourche Parish District Attorney's Office. So I'm here simply comparing and contrasting the District Attorney's Office with State Police in this matter, their investigations. And in that investigation, behind Mr. Hall.
You can kind of probably change the perception in their mind or even their memory of what they saw exactly happen. Like, yeah, you're right. That is what happened. Knowing damn well it isn't. Rest in peace to everybody involved, man. Rest in peace to Kyren Lacy. Rest in peace to people that lost their life in the accident. But this is really sad. And I can't even imagine being part of his family. But what do you guys think? It looks like it slowed down. The accident happens, it breaks, and then it goes right around it. Like slows down and then speeds back up and goes around the accident. But the accident already happened before he got to the intersection. Unless my eyes are playing tricks on me. Let me know down below your thoughts. Sub up to the channel. Don't forget we're on that road to 20,000 subscribers.